market, AERC. This one had a huge short squeeze today. About a couple months or so prior to this, been a bit of downtrend, almost sideways consolidation, really, from that, I don't know, 4.7 range, hitting a low of roughly 175. Yesterday, made a bit of a move up from, roughly that 225 range, closing near 460, so it was a pretty big day for itself, in itself. Decent volume, had about 70 million or so shares, closing strong above VWAP, and then had a good push after hours, hitting maybe resistance at that 533 level. I think if we can kind of put a mark here, maybe just about under 4, just at 4, hits that 533, starts fading, almost looks a little bit weak in the pre-market, but then if we can scroll over, find support here at roughly $4. That was a bit of an inflection point and almost a bit of a support yesterday, although it had broke it a couple times. You can see not much in the morning, again showing weak, find support at 4, just kind of bouncing in between there and VWAP, and then we kind of get a consolidation above VWAP. So you can kind of see a little bit of a breakout for just kind of a I would say a new high of day, although not necessarily high from yesterday. Something like this, very low float, one to watch. I mean, it has a solid move, closes strong above VWAP, so a continuation play, is probably likely. It just didn't seem as strong on the open, or even pre-market, and then on the open. So kind of one to put on a second screen or kind of have in your peripheral, and then you see it just trade sideways, but then has this breakout, roughly over that 437 level, and kind of a breakout over the previous high, 450. We had a bit of a point of consolidation there in the pre-market, and so you get a breakout over that. That's when you start to get a little bit more volume in. You probably had some people shorting, getting in off that area, and then also, you get that kind of test of that 450 area just a little bit before people get in more. It's looking like it might be a fader. Now where it comes back, retests, and breaks out. That's when you start to see some volume, probably some shorts covering. But then it's going to get some people's, attention. We get the slow grind and consolidation, just kind of really, almost break through 5 without even stopping, and not really any point of resistance there. See if I can scroll this over. Then we have consolidation here at this 525 range. We have this flush down here. Volume seems to be dropping. You almost would think that a breakdown would be coming. However, that's not the case. Kind of a tight consolidation. Whichever way it goes, you're gonna have probably a bigger move to the upside or downside. And here we get a move to the upside, breaks that 530 range, and then you see big volume coming in, because that was our kind of ceiling from yesterday in the pre-market, or rather after hours. So a lot of people are going to be shorting, risking off that level, and so I see more volume come in there. And then after that, it was really just kind of open waters, blue sky. Nothing really to stop it from continuing going up, just a low float. So it's got that momentum, and really haven't had a big mover like this recently. So I think people are hungry for it, and that's why you get even a bigger move. Because again, on the daily, weren't really many like real big levels. I mean, maybe you had some long-term shorts in there, but some of that would have gotten triggered off yesterday. So it's just really a bit of a squeeze from yesterday into today, and then that just kind of flips the whole change of character. Big momentum following in, people looking for a big runner, and that's what you get this. A little bit of a consolidation here, and I don't know, like 710. Again, maybe point of inflection here, like just around 9. Just a huge move. I mean, almost parabolic without any pullback from really 9 to high of roughly 14. But then comes right back down, and I believe it halted down too on this backside of this move. It's really volatile. Hard to really determine price action. It's almost more like a gamble. I mean, unless you're really reading the tape and just trying to figure out where things go. But you need to have tight risk management on this to really do anything well. Because it kind of ultimately fades down, and maybe finds support here right at roughly 10. A little bit of consolidation, comes back up. We see a bit of a stop here at 1275. Consolidation again. I mean, there was a little bit of a level just a little bit previously, but then we even get a bigger run, or rather, a bigger and another run here in the after hours. Because you get this breakdown right at the end of the day. People risking off here, probably risking off 13. You kind of slowly creep towards that, and then you can see relatively within the after hours more volume for that break of 13, and even really that break of like 14.20 all the way up to 15.25. Low float in the after hours is even going to be, you almost can even consider it even a lower float. It's just going to have more volatility. It is still kind of trading right now, only about 30 minutes out of the day. Kind of breaking down though, or at least just kind of fading, I should say. Probably gonna possibly fade down and find the support here again at this 1275 range. For this to really see anything tomorrow, it's possible. We've kind of just squeezed out some of the day, new day positions. Maybe there's more people getting in now on the backside of here from this 15, down to 1350 range. If they don't get squeezed out again today, I think, that's really going to only be the possible squeeze level on the open, or like in the morning tomorrow. It's kind of hard to really see any technical levels for this to push and squeeze on tomorrow. So maybe it made the majority of its move today. In terms of if it's a big retracement or just kind of consolidation, gonna have to wait till tomorrow. It's got some levels of support here. I think 1275 is pretty significant. Maybe 1175, and then $10 there too. So possibly it holds that. It is pretty strong right now, well above VWAP, low float. So, and maybe it does see a move up, but we didn't really get much. I don't see any much more spots for accumulation of shorts outside of maybe this little after hours squeeze. So definitely just one to watch. Depending on how it goes in the morning too. People, if it starts to fade more this after hours in the pre-market, you might get more shorts in as well, possibly off these levels. So if it dips down these levels but can stay above VWAP, maybe it finds support at 10. You might see some minor squeezes at 1175 or 1275. If it ultimately fades down hard and just can't hold 10, then you might just see a further breakdown. It's really going to be dependent on how much volume this sees on the open. It had huge volume today, so it definitely be on people's radar. But I think without any direct catalysts and any clear technical levels, the buying momentum might not be as strong tomorrow.